What's up, Straight Up Sister Squad? It's your girl, Roxy.
And I'm La Susie.
And together we are
Straight Up Sisters, the podcast.
I'm the Bratty.
And I'm the boss.
And we love having those deep, intimate conversations where we often agree and disagree, but still love each other.
So if you love it served up with no chaser, then you're in the right place.
We are undoubtedly your favorite girls. You know who we are.
Straight Up Sisters, the podcast.
We're back just like that in a blink of an eye. Straight Up Sisters, the podcast, your favorite hermanas in the whole planet.
I thought you were going to say something else.
What?
In a blink of an eye, season 13 is over.
Well, so I didn't have to say that because you're saying
we
that.
did it.
We did
bitch.
that. We did that. And you know what, man, this season has come with a lot of struggles and, moments of wanting to just say, like, really? Are we still having this issue?
Why? Why did we think this was a good idea?
Yeah, no, but it has been a good idea. It has been a good idea. We've come through, even if we've had technical difficulties sometimes, we've come through, and every episode you've been able to see our cute faces on camera.
Shout out to Bonitas by Sarita, our makeup artist, for holding us down every week for our live event as well, and to Austin, our video guy back there, who has rode this out with us, because it has been frustrating in some points, to say the least. It has been late night text messages. It has been, well, why the fuck is this happening? And a lot of learning as we go along. So, I mean, without our team behind the scenes, this just wouldn't be. You and I don't have enough knowledge.
Yeah, no, it definitely takes a team, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful, but I'm even thankful for the learning lessons too. As frustrating as they
of course
have been, it's just we go into season 14 with a lot more knowledge, with a lot more knowing, with a lot more what to do, what not to do. So
honestly, shout out and thank you to our squad.
Yeah,
for being patient, for giving us the feedback, for letting us know, hey, you know what, that episode, the audio wasn't that great. Like, just keeping us on our toes so that we can stay on top of our game.
Yeah. It's been,
y'all.
We love y'all, and you guys are the real ones, right? You guys are the real MVPs that are on this journey with us, and we can't thank you guys enough for rocking with us. And honestly, I feel like we've delivered our end of the stick as well when it comes to delivering extra content on Patreon. You guys get a lot of exclusives. You guys get a lot of what Instagram and Snapchat doesn't get. So, yeah, the perks are there. You guys get free goodies mailed to you guys. I know some of you guys are still waiting for your Straight Up Sister Squad stickers. They're coming.
They're coming.
They're coming.
I promise they're coming.
Yes. Late but worth the wait. Always with Las Cordobas. Always.
That's like literally my life motto.
Yeah, I know.
Late but worth the wait.
No, but we're going to talk about that in an upcoming, actually, no, we did talk about that in a past episode already with our etiquette coach, Jules Hurst, about showing up late.
If you're worth the wait, Susie, do you, boo? That's what I heard her say.
She did not.
That's what I heard her say. You guys are going to be the judge of that. When you hear the episode, I bet you'll hear it too. She's like, Susie, you're fabulous. I would wait for you.
Oh, God. No, but that color on your nails is fabulous. What color is that? Ooh.
I took it back to the 90s, y'all.
I like that color.
Garnet red, square, long. Tell me
my gosh.
You were a 90s baby without telling me you were a 90s baby.
Did you put gold underneath the garnet red?
I did not.
Remember when my mom would go to the nail salon and
I would do that all the time. That was like my color.
But back in the days, gel didn't exist.
No, it was polish.
Yeah, but it was gold and garnet red on top, and it's like that was the color.
You never did that?
Yeah, a few times. I'm not a red girl. I like burgundy.
You're not a red girl? Then let's shave your head.
Only for the hair, bitch, but not for the nails. Red is not my color. It's just for my hair it is, but like oxymoron. Burgundy is. But you know how there's women that they always have pink or red nails? That's what they deflect to.
Deflect.
Two
very different things.
I know.
You're deflecting right now.
Wait, what is your favorite go-to color on your toes?
My favorite go-to color on my toes is a nude color.
Really?
I love nude toes because I don't love white toes because to me it looks like chiclets. And I don't like how when it grows out, I don't like how it looks on the cuticle. It looks dirty and unkept to me. So
that's why you got to stay on your petties.
Well, I do, but I like neutral because it always looks clean.
Oh my God. Now I'm going to look at people's toes and think of chiclets.
Starting with yours.
No. My toes never look like chiclets. I'm actually rocking a French tip on my toes right now. I was like, let's switch it up because I annoy my pedicure girl. She's like,
no way.
She's like,
I would have never guessed.
You doing white again, Roxy? Like, change. She's always trying to convince me to not do white on my toes. But I love white. It just goes with everything.
I have a friend who only wears white on her fingers and on her toes all the time.
All the time.
Never sways from that.
I switch it up, but our Patreon fam, let us know what is your default color that you get on your toes when you get a pedicure. I'm just curious to know, because one thing I do know about our patrons is they are responsive AF.
AF. Like the episode drops 7 a.m. and y'all are on it.
On it.
And like when we did the episode about my favorite deodorant that I didn't drop the name, like my DMs were flooded. There's a lot of stinky bitches out there like me. A lot of stinky bitches like me out there that needed a little heads up on the deodorant that I'm using.
Another one that I saw they participated a lot in was when Robert was on, and the extra content that we dropped with Robert,
yeah.
and I was like, okay, what's mom guilt? What's mom guilt? And everybody was writing everybody has a different version of mom guilt.
I thought it was pretty similar. Mom guilt was what they experienced as mom guilt was putting their needs before their children. And I think that is a common thread. That's not how I experienced it, and I'm curious to see how you'll experience it. But one person in particular, I was going to grab my coffee, but let me just finish the thought. Lucy Frias.
Yeah.
She is very active too. She's very active like in my social media. Her and her husband Robert went with us to Panama. So she said that she did have that mom guilt where she would, feel guilty for putting her child's needs first. But once she realized and she started to implement that actually her needs mattered before the child's needs, she was then able to change the dynamic in her home because she was happy and fulfilled, and therefore she was able to pour into her children better.
Yeah,
I liked her response.
I did read the guilt of like putting my kids' needs before my own, and I was thinking, dang, how I want to do it if I go to Target. I'm like, why not get something for her and want something for me?
But it's
and that'll
so
kill
much
the mom
more.
guilt.
That's like so on the surface. Like I feel guilty for buying myself like new jeans.
It's like,
There's
I
so
wouldn't
many
feel
more
guilty
ways
for that.
to traumatize and hurt our children besides buying ourselves. I think that's just so superficial when you really.
But a lot of
sit back.
women,
I know.
that, like
I was
putting
actually
their
surprised to
I was
read
like-
that. Like buying like mom guilt for me was buying myself something before my kids. I was so surprised to read that because that we have needs too. Like what do we? I mean, and I guess there are women out there maybe that walk around with raggedy ass bras and torn up calzones because their children need, X, Y, and Z. And we don't know people's financial
we don't.
Situations either, where maybe they're on a very tight budget and they have to choose. I think I was in that situation being on welfare. I was on a very tight budget, but I never felt like I had to choose because I would do for Robert as needed and I would do for me as needed.
Yeah.
Because I felt like Robert needed to match my swag and I needed to match his swag.
Yeah,
I couldn't have my kid out there looking all cute and pee-pee nice and then me show up looking completely tirada and unkept, because I always thought, and I think this comes from having been so overweight for so long, I always thought if I show up looking tore up and being, 300 pounds, they're going to tease my kid.
Yeah.
So what can I do to at least be more presentable? Always look nice. Like always have your hair done, always have your makeup done, always make sure your clothes fit to your body, regardless of what size it is, that your clothes is always clean, that you smell good. That was always important to me.
Yeah.
And then it's always been,
Yeah, I don't know. When I read those comments, I was like, well, why not buy something for you and her? Or you and your kid. Problem solved. I don't know. I think every mom experiences mom guilt differently.
And that's, yes.
To me,
because I think
it
stems from our own traumas.
To me, the one that would probably maybe resonate the most is, I think it's like, damn, am I doing it right? Did I discipline her right? Was I a little too hard on her? I think things like that is what I might marinate on. Like, oh my God, like, was I too soft? Was I too hard? Did I guide her in the right direction? Is that mom guilt, or is that just questioning?
That's how I experience it. But I'm experiencing it on the back end. Like when I see like Robert struggling or conflicted on making decisions or not being able to like not be too comfortable using his voice, I think like, oh my gosh, I could have implemented that better, or I should have taught him that when he was younger. So I experience mom guilt more so on the back end, and I think
more so when he's an adult now.
Yeah, but I think it's ego, my own ego, you know, because you always think like your kids are a reflection of you, and they are, and they're not, because they are their own person too when they're adults. So I experience that like negative talk to myself, like if you would have just done it differently at that age, you know, he would be stronger in this, but I got to let that go. Yeah, you know, I have to let that go, because I think that's also comes with like the territory of releasing them and just trusting them.
Yeah.
There's different levels of mom guilt, obviously.
Yeah, I did notice that. It's kind of like wanting to compare your pregnancy or birth journey to somebody. It's not one is the same.
Right.
Some are great, some are glorious, some are horrendous. It just, I guess it depends on what you choose to focus on.
And it's good to have these conversations though, and to hear other people's perspectives, because you do hear sometimes stories that make you say, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then it just gives you perspective to say, oh my gosh, you know what? As bad as I thought it was, it actually was okay. Like I can forgive myself for that, because I didn't do such a bad job, or it wasn't that bad, that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So, and I love that our patrons feel comfortable enough to write down their thoughts and to share publicly where they're at or where they're coming from, because that takes a lot of guts too.
It does, but it's literally a patron community.
Well, like everybody in our Patreon is like-minded. They're here because they love our content, because they love us, they resonate, they agree most of the time, not all the time. Like they'll give us their opinion, but they know that they're safe, because anybody that comes into that community with the wrong attitude or the wrong energy, we'll kick them out. We'll block them.
There is a block option.
Yeah, no refunds either
on Patreon. And so far in this last season of 12 episodes, we haven't had to block anybody. So definitely feel like the people that are on Patreon with us are vibing on our same frequency. But okay, I have a highlight. I want to highlight these new crew necks that we designed. These were specifically designed for our live event with Tony Jones and Straight Up Sisters, which was
show the people
phenomenal, by the way. That event was a vibe. If you were there, you know what I'm talking about.
And I'm gonna let you guys know one thing. We are actively working on a Straight Up Sisters Retreat 2024. Yes, it is actively in the works, and that link will be dropped to Patreon first.
Yep.
A very, very limited space, because we want to make this intimate setting.
Like I literally
would say like 20 spots tops.
Oh, I was thinking 30 tops.
That's not a lot of people.
It's not a lot of people.
We have thousands of patrons.
Well, this is the thing is, you know, everybody, we're going to see who's going to put their money where their mouth is. Like everybody might want to go, but I personally love the people that don't think twice. It's kind of like the people that travel with us. The people that travel with us.
It's so easy to travel with ITA because you can make it in payments. I think this is one of those trips that women are going to be like, listen, they're giving me a year's heads up. There's only 30 spots, maybe 20.
Should we give them the date so you could start budgeting for it, or no? I mean, it is no, because you know what? This is actually,
have to have it. It is 2024. It's summer of 2024.
Summer of 2024.
We haven't pinpointed the month just yet because we don't have the house yet.
We do have the location though.
Yeah. We can tell them that.
The location will be in
Costa Rica. Woo! I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So as soon as we have the logistics in place, we're gonna drop that link here. The spaces are gonna be limited, and we're gonna have one solid year. You guys are gonna have one solid year to get this paid for. With because of course we're bringing in ITA to help us because they are just so good at what they do. This week with us is gonna be. If amazing. You thought Tony Jones was a vibe, if you've been to any of our other live events and you just felt electrified and regenerated, this week is going to be, it's going to blow those things out of the water.
Yeah.
I am so excited.
And me too, because I'm going to be able to like teach my girls, like everybody that attends, we're going to be able to open up the mornings with yoga in the middle of the jungle in Costa Rica, just to kind of get an idea, you know what I mean? And just,
this is what I told Santiago. I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek.
How do we go from talking about crew necks to the
Because you brought up Tony Jones.
I mean, listen, you know.
Move your mic so they see it.
Listen, check this out, y'all. So I don't know if you know this, but sand, this color
is very popular right now.
It's the new black.
Well, because neutrals are everything.
No, and you know who made it popular? Kanye West.
I know.
Kanye West made this color like the new black, right?
Kanye West made my whole life more popular because now we can wear slides and socks and crew necks and it's acceptable.
Personally, I love Kanye. I think he's a low-key genius that just doesn't know how to articulate his thoughts correctly.
Kanye has mental illness, Raquel. Listen, you just like to romanticize shit.
No, I don't. I'm just saying that there's a lot of good qualities about him. But I think everybody focuses on his negative qualities.
Because Kanye focuses on his negative qualities.
No, he doesn't. He thinks he's great.
But he comes across so
his biggest
cocky
cheerleader.
And condescending.
That's what I just said. He doesn't know how to articulate his words and his message correctly.
Well, living with somebody that has mental illness, Kanye West has mental illness.
Listen, we sound like we have mental illness right now too, because we went from talking about crew necks to a retreat in Costa Rica
to Kanye's mental illness.
Kanye West. How do we do this shit?
Because he made sand the new black.
Yeah, no, but these flew at our live event, and we're gonna have exclusive merch for the retreat.
I think there's only 17 or 16 of those left in inventory.
Yeah,
so they're gonna be uploaded onto the website, but we're gonna restock
them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, everybody was loving these. I love them. They're super comfortable. It goes with everything. And
girl, every time we get a new color, I swipe one.
But this is by far my favorite.
That one and the pink with the brown letters is my favorite because I love that color combo.
This has been my favorite. Yeah,
that's a good one.
That was my highlight. I was gonna rant, but I don't want to hear your mouth. So go, your turn.
No, tell the people.
No, I don't want to
tell the people because I already know what you're gonna say, and you just don't want to say it.
No, because I told Susie, and then she thinks I'm a control freak, which I'm not. I just like to make my life easier.
Oh, what would have been so hard about that if you would have just let me do it?
Hold on. So I told Susie because I was showing her how my nursery is coming along, and it's looking fab, right? I had to get the floor changed. I had to get the accent wall painted. I te veo changing the floor and created an accent wall.
No, her exact words were, "I'm gonna do a rant about you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put you on blast." I was like, "Why?" Because you said you were gonna do my nursery and you haven't done shit. And I was like, bitch, because you haven't given me the opportunity. You contracted everything out. You've been hovering and controlling every aspect of it. Well, because you didn't help me.
You did.
I told you. Susie. I can go and pinpoint the episode. Austin, I'm going to need you to find this episode, create a little teaser about it so we can blast social media with it.
Oh, God.
When I told you, when you're in Cuba, give me that week and you will come back and the nursery will be done.
Were you going to do the flooring and were you going to do that?
Not myself personally, bitch.
But I mean, you were going to contract somebody out too.
It doesn't matter. You did the wall, the design, the furniture, the closet. You're a control freak. Just own it.
I mean,
just wave your flag proudly, bitch.
I'm
a control freak.
I know how I wanted it to look.
So then what was I supposed to do? Like, supervise you?
This nursery has not one fucking touch of Titi Susie in it.
Because you didn't allow it.
And I'm going to make sure that she fucking knows it. Be like,
you're not going to guilt me, bitch. I would have done the whole thing.
I'm not guilting you. But my thing is this. Why am I going to add more to your plate and my plate?
So what are you exactly complaining about?
You know, just talking shit.
It wouldn't be a day.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a day if I wasn't talking shit to Susie or Susie talking shit to me.
So silly.
No, but it's coming out super cute.
Super cute.
The mini crib is already set up. Like the carpet that I got matches the accent wall. I ended up ordering a rocking chair that everybody told me you are not going to use a rocking chair ever, Roxy. And guess what I did? I still ordered a motherfucking rocking chair.
We were at Easter, true story.
All the moms.
We were at Easter. Okay, sometimes Raquel needs to hear from other people because whatever I tell her just is not good.
I heard it from you.
So my cousin, who has 2 little ones, 2 under 3. My other cousin who has 5 kids. My mom. And myself, 4 moms.
The only one that agreed with me was Tia Julie. Okay. Tia Julie was like, get it. I use my rocking chair.
Told her we absolutely did not use the rocking chair. It was a waste of money. I even told her, instead of a rocking chair, why don't we go look at Lazy Boy and get a dope recliner that rocks and reclines? Because then you get like the best of both worlds, and we put it in your living room because that's where you're going to want to be. My Aunt Julie was like, no, I really did use my rocking chair.
She said she used it a lot.
I leave Easter with my family to go have dinner with my in-laws. I get home, I open my DMs, and there's a DM from my sister with a picture of a rocking chair. I know, terca, LOL. I bought the rocking chair anyways. I was like, so who can tell you anything?
It's because it's
Jesus himself could have told you didn't need a rocking chair, and you would have been like, I need it. I need an Instagram moment, Jesus.
No, it's part of the look that I'm creating for the nursery. And I may use it, I may not. It was 4 against 2. But I feel like I'm gonna use the rocking chair to rock the baby to sleep. I don't know.
And then the rocking chair you got is a low back. It looks so uncomfortable.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
You're only hating because I got it at Walmart.
And that is my rant. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, it's super cute. It has like gold feet. I was looking everywhere.
It's going to be one of those things that you're really good at buying that you never use. It's going to like that elliptical bike.
Oh,
you were so gung-ho to buy.
I ended up giving that elliptical bike on wheels to this freaking man that came around my neighborhood collecting trash. He was like, Señor. And I'm like, see? He's like, me da la bicicleta. It was literally in the trash pile.
How many times did you use that?
Do you know how much that shit cost me?
Yeah. And how many times did you use it?
Not one time, bitch. I got on it and I felt like I was going to fall flat on my face.
You just like to waste your money. You know what you should do?
I like this?
When you do that, when you feel that, you should take that money and just put it in a account for the baby.
And I still save my money.
No, just take that money and just put it in the account for the baby. Because you waste a lot of money, bitch.
I know, I do. Why am I like this? I don't know. But this rocking chair might end up on OfferUp. But it's going to look cute.
I think we need to start a jar. $20. Whenever I tell you something and you don't follow my lead, but it comes, you should have, or vice versa. When you tell me something and I don't follow your lead, and we should start a jar.
And
every one of us, whenever, like in this situation, when you don't use the rocking chair, there goes $20 towards the bucket.
I could always lie and say I use it though.
No, you better not. So you better have integrity.
Okay, what's your highlight of your rant?
Oh my gosh,
Harry Sobacos.
I have
smelly sobacos.
No, that was the other day. Okay, so the other day I had to send an SOS to your house.
Oh yeah, I know. Because bitch, you woke me up. I was so nervous, and I was like, "What is going on?" You scared the shit out of me.
Well, you scared me. So for those of you guys that have a sibling that has you on Find My Friends.
I mean, I don't know why you were so paranoid if I was home.
Because, okay, so this is the story. I was texting my sister. I was texting you that morning, and you were not answering me. And at first I thought, no big deal. Like an hour or two went by. I didn't think about it. But then I was like, okay, 3 hours later and no response? Who does that these days? So seriously. I checked your location and you were at home. But then I noticed that your location hadn't updated since 9 in the morning. And it was like noon. And I was like, okay. And I kept on refreshing it.
Because I was in the same place. You.
It doesn't matter. So my text messages were going through green because we have iPhones. So the bubbles are blue. And you didn't answer your phone. And I was like.
My phone had died.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, why would Raquel be at home with a dead phone? Something isn't right. Like something is off with this scenario. So I called Natalie and I was like, hey, have you heard from Raquel? She's like, not since this morning. And I was like, okay. She's like, is everything okay? And she's used to me because I've tracked you down to her before too.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm trying to reach her, but she's not. I can't locate her. She's like, well, I'm with a client right now. I can't run over there. I was like, don't worry. I will get this under control. So I called Mel because he was working in Long Beach. Yeah. And I was like, I need you to swing by Raquel's house and check on her. And he was like, why? What's wrong? I said, well, I can't locate her. So, And he was like, well, maybe she's asleep. I said, maybe she's asleep, but
Good
maybe
thinking, Mel.
But maybe, bitch, you're 8 months pregnant.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Oh, you thought I was at home laboring?
Or maybe you fell down, or
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
you think I'm going to take the chance?
Yeah.
No. That's the whole reason I have Find My Friends. For that reason, like, okay, this is off for me. So, yeah. But then I called Demel back, and I was like, so he tells me, he's like, I'm on my way to her house. Have you heard from her yet?
He showed up like with the honking.
Well, let me tell you why. Because I was like,
I was like, am I dreaming or is this real? You know, when you're in a deep sleep. I was like, what the? Who's here? Like, I was so norteada. I walked. So yeah. So finish telling the story.
Yeah. So I was like, he's like, I'm on my way to her house. Have you heard from her? And I was like, no, not yet. I'll keep on calling her and let you know. That way you don't have to. But in the meantime, just make your way there. So then I call him back. I'm like, babe, ring the doorbell like a lunatic. Just ring the doorbell. I said, and then wait. I said, I'm gonna. If she does not open the door after ringing the doorbell for like so long and so obnoxiously, I said, then I'll give you the code to get into her house. I said, but Raquel has a gun and she sleeps with her gun. I said, so don't just walk in her house and startle her. I said, because she might shoot your ass. He was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I hadn't thought of that. And I said, that's all I need. Like, I don't need this to turn into something more. I just need to know that my sister's okay. Yeah. And he was like, okay. So I guess his solution before even ringing the doorbell was to start honking.
And I fell asleep. Like, so I woke up early in the morning. I had a call that morning. And it was like, this person called me super early, but it was a long conversation. And I was sleepy still. So then I couldn't sleep comfortable in my bed anymore because like that pregnancy pillow, listen, for some people it works, but for me, it's a
joke.
It doesn't work. I can't.
You know what would have worked? A recliner.
Probably.
Yeah, try sleeping in your rocking chair.
Yeah, I know, you're right. So I went into my couch. Where's my jar? I went into the couch and I knocked out so easily there. But I had opened up all my windows, It
was a nice day.
It was a beautiful day. All of my plants were getting sun. I had a candle burning. I had one of my homegirls let me borrow her login for the Calm app.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I've been listening to Calm to help me go to sleep. So I put in one of those like water. Mm-hmm. It was just like, I was just so zen. I was in a deep sleep. So when I heard honking, you know, I live in a pretty quiet neighborhood. So I was like, it woke me up, and then I hear honking, and I was like, so it woke me up. I was a bit startled. I was sleeping in my underwear. Oh, and I had to run to my room and then I heard Raquel, and I was like, so I was like, oh my God, and I knew it was Mel. So I put on pants real quick. And I came out and I was obviously asleep. I was just like, what are you doing here? He was like,
he already had me on the line.
And I was like, yeah, I was asleep. Like, it was obvious I was asleep. And he was like, oh, your sister. And I was like, it's because my phone was dead. I was charging it and I forgot because I went back to sleep. Oh my God. A la Susie no se le escapa nada.
You're welcome. What if it would have been an emergency?
No, but you know what I was thinking? Can you imagine I would have been at home laboring and my brother-in-law walks in and fucking helps me pull my baby out of my snatch?
You would have been grateful.
I would have been so embarrassed.
No, you wouldn't have. You would have been grateful.
I would have been like, okay, my sister's husband's helping me deliver my baby. Like, that would have been really embarrassing. That would have been
the last thought.
You no, it wouldn't.
Thank God somebody is here with me. And I don't have to do this by myself. I would have been
so embarrassed if it was Mel. Like, that is not the person that I want to help me.
That was the solution.
Listen, Mel, I love you, but I'm not trying to have you help me deliver this baby. I would have been so embarrassed. Like, you know how I am when it comes to shit like that. That would
have been. Get over it because you're about to have all of the hospital staff all up in your biz. I know,
but the hospital staff don't know me. My brother-in-law is your husband. That's embarrassing.
He has 3 kids.
But I guess you're right.
That's like looking at a man's penis, man. You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but good looking out, sis. Good looking out. I was just like,
hey, nobody's gonna get hurt on my watch.
Yeah. It was an interesting day to say the least.
So what is the lesson?
The lesson is
do not take a nap without letting me know first.
Jesus. I've thought about that. I'm like, man, do I gotta let Susie know I'm taking a nap?
No, just keep your phone charged.
It just happened to die. And I just happened to put it on the charger, and you happened to reach me at a moment when my shit was not charged.
Not cool. No, we're not when you're 8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And then after going forward, not when you have the baby. No. Keep your phone charged.
Yeah. My phone hardly ever dies, but that day it died. Yeah, it just, things happen, y'all. All right, so today is one of your favorite type of shows. We're going to be doing an email, answering your email shows. And some of these emails are old, huh?
Yeah, we took a hiatus.
Yep.
Revamping the studio. So we took longer than usual off. So some of these emails are old. You may already have resolved the matter on your own, but they were still worth reading because even if it doesn't pertain to you anymore, or if maybe this person didn't follow us to Patreon, their loss. It may help somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody else may be going through these, and they're good.
They're good. Do they all need an answer?
They don't all need an answer. Some of them are like praise reports.
Ooh, I like praise reports.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Patreon family, we're coming back. This email episode is about to get real good. So, hang out with us because la cosa se va a poner buena.